Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 17, text number 19. Satvam jighamsase kasmad dīnāmakrita kilbishām abhannishyat katam yosam dharmajñā iti matah. Translation purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The cow-shaped earth continued to appeal to the king. I am very poor and I have not committed any sinful activities. I do not know why you want to kill me. Since you are supposed to be the knower of all religious principles, why are you so envious of me and why are you so anxious to kill a woman? Purport. The earth appealed to the king in two ways. A king who knows religious principles cannot kill anyone who has not committed sinful activities. Apart from this, a woman is not to be killed even if she does commit some sinful activities. Since the earth was innocent and was also a woman, the king should not kill her. So, after Mother Earth, in the form of a cow, stopped and looked back at King Prithu, who was chasing her to kill her for not providing the needs of the people. The conversation begins between Mother Earth and Maharaj Prithu. Mother Earth appealed to the king, I have not committed any sinful activities. I am helpless. I do not know why you want to kill me. Why you are so anxious to kill? Because it is against religious principles to kill a woman, a child. And here, Mother Earth is in the form of a cow, a woman, who is here speaking to Maharaj Prithu. Please do not kill me. And later on, the verses that follow, she explains how she is innocent, how she is helpless. So here is a situation where the king, even though he is incarnation of Supreme Personality of Godhead, he chased Mother Earth to kill her. And Mother Earth practically has pleaded with him. Please give me reasons. What sinful activity I have done for you to kill me? And she said, you are dharmajñā, one who knows the principles of dharma. So she has appealed to the king. So every subject in any kingdom has a right to appeal, has a right to seek an explanation for any action taken by any authorities. It is very healthy to make such enquiries from the authorities. What wrong I have done? What mistake I have done that I am being punished? So that procedure, option of that procedure is always available for the subjects to speak to the ruler or any authority. It is not that if the authority gives a decision, yes, finally one would go by what the authority decides. But the intermediate process, there is a bona fide process for somebody to seek explanation so that he understands his mistakes or is absolved of the impression that he has made a mistake. Either way, such explanation gives a great relief to the person. If he does not go through that process, then that dissatisfaction will be kept in the heart. Oh, something unfair has happened to me, injustice has happened to me. I have not been spoken to. The authorities have concluded I have done wrong. So the heart becomes heavy for such a devotee. So devotee's heart should always be kept light. Light means emotionally light. You do not carry any emotions of oh, some injustice has been done. Or if some mistake has been done, if one gets the explanation from his authorities what the mistake has been done, then the devotee can correct himself, he can regret and correct himself. So there are multiple benefits in an open conversation always with the authorities. After that, of course, the principle remains that whatever the authority says, one goes ahead, one does it, executes its work, executes the direction. And Mother Earth is appealing to the good sense of Maharaj Prithu of having knowledge of the entire what is dharma, what is adharma. You know very well. So that is the dialogue that is going on here, and finally Mother Earth will be successful. Initially with limited information, Maharaj Prithu, he did his duty, he was chasing her to kill her. Why are you not producing the needs of the man, including food grains? Everybody is starved on this earth. If you don't produce now, I'll kill you. One may say that Maharaj Prithu should have already known all these things. Why he unnecessarily chased her? Is it not? No, the chance is there for the person who is chased to turn back and say, explain. Real life is like that. That it's only through dialogue
very often many things, information is exchanged and clarity comes in the situation. So therefore, no one should hesitate to seek clarification from one's authorities. It's a very healthy practice. Just like Mother Earth is, in this case, is pleading, appealing before Prithu Maharaj. Prithu Maharaj is a very powerful person. She cannot demand. She is appealing, oh, you are dharmajna, you are knower of all the dharmic principles. So why, how do you justify you trying to kill me? Trying to punish me? All the more because I am a woman, means I am a cow. So, any person, every authority should be well versed with the principles of dharma. A king, a ruler should be well versed with the principles of dharma. Because the principles of dharma are principles that are set up by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Dharma is not man-created. Just like the traffic rules are not created by car users. Traffic rule is created by the government. Similarly, the principles of dharma are like the traffic rules for the living entity for his journey in this material world. Just like traffic rules are, if followed, are very helpful for each person to use the road and reach his destination. If everybody breaks the traffic rule, then there will be traffic jam. So exactly in the same way, for this human life, God has given us various levels of dharma. In order to pursue the purusharthas or the purpose of life. Dharma, artha, kama, moksha. Artha and kama should be regulated by the principles of dharma. They go together, dharma, artha, kama. So what is the result of following artha and kama, regulated by dharma? You move towards your journey, your soul moved towards moksha, spiritual evolution. That is in this material world. Moksha in that sense means liberation from miseries. It is not one of those Vaikuntha liberations. Vaikuntha liberations only if you become a devotee you can get. Dharma, artha, kama, moksha. That moksha here refers to freedom from sufferings. Okay, naturally, if you follow artha and kama according to dharma, you earn so much punya. And to that degree you get reduction in your sufferings and you get prosperity, abundance. So in the material world, everything belongs to Krishna, the world belongs to Krishna. Aham sarvasya prabho mata sarvam pravartate. The world has come out, emanated from him for his purpose. His supreme purpose, His all-inclusive purpose. His purpose includes our purpose also. Therefore, He has created this material existence and the principles of dharma within the material existence that a human being should follow. And within the material world, there are various degrees of or various standards, higher and higher standards of dharma. Dharma is not only one standard. Because the living entities are in different gunas. So according to their different gunas, different set of dharma is there for people with different mixes of gunas. The dharma of a Brahmana is different, dharma of a Kshatriya is different, dharma of a Vaishya is different, dharma of a Shudra is different. What is allowed for one may not be allowed for the other. So elaborate codes of conduct, behavior, do's, don'ts constitute, and those that have been given by the Supreme Lord is dharma. Dharma at the lowest level is to follow the duties of, as a member of the varnashrama, to follow one's varnas and one's ashrama, ashrama dharma, varna dharma, one has to execute. That is pleasing to Vishnu, because Vishnu has created that structure. So there is obedience to the do's and don'ts. So therefore, the Lord is pleased with a devotee who regulates himself, a human being who regulates himself according to the principles of the varna dharma and ashrama dharma. Just like sannyas ashrama dharma, how the person should deal with opposite sex is different from grahastha dharma. How a grahastha should relate with the family is different. How a sannyasi should relate with his past family is different. Just like in traffic, there are 4 lanes. Each lane has their own rules, have their own traffic lights. And also there are junctions where all 4 meet. So many levels of dharmas are there we have to understand. So first level is, actually this is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked Ramananda Raya. Please explain what is the best for the living entity, for the good of the living entity. What is the goal of perfection of human life? He starts with varnashrama. So in varnashrama, he has got desires for artha and kama. He performs so many yajnas, sacrifices, and he enjoys the results of those sacrifices from the demigods. And when the soul becomes little more evolved, he becomes a karma yogi. He acts without attachment to results because he starts seeing that sukha and dukkha, I neither want, are like kicking a football up and down. Some sukha comes, then dukkha comes. Then he wants to be freed from this sukha and dukkha, the dualities of material world, loss and gain, success and failure, sukha, dukkha. Then he decides, no, I shall do my work without any desire for the results. I shall execute my duty. Then he becomes karma yogi, executes his duty for the sake of duty and not for the sake of getting the results and enjoying that. That is first category, karmi. Then becomes a karma yogi. Out of necessity. He sees, he observes, he evolves. The soul evolves. That looks like this is not my ultimate benefit, to my ultimate benefit. This kind of fruitive activities doesn't look like it is my ultimate benefit. Because it doesn't satisfy the soul. The spirit is never satisfied. And then after practicing that, his soul evolves further. Because his mind is no longer agitated by the results of his activities, no longer agitated by the desire for enjoying so many things, less bewildered. The soul becomes less bewildered. And his life, he simply executes his duty for the sake of duty. And he accepts what comes of its own accord, what sukha and dukkha comes of its own accord. No more chasing of sukha and dukkha. And then, when he reached that state of mind, Brahma Jijnasa begins. Atato Brahma Jijnasa. What is life? Who am I? Aham Brahmasmi. I am spirit beyond this material world. Material world always gives troubles. So he chases jnana, jnana of the spirit, jnana yogi. And then he understands, he gets realization that matter is spirit, matter and spirit are different. I am spirit. And then after many, many births, bahunam janmanam ante jnanavan mam prapadyante. Then he understands Vasudevam sarvajanti sa mahatma sudurlabhaha. Then he surrenders to Krishna. So you see in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam braja. Krishna says, surrender all dharmas. One Madhva sannyasi I was talking to, when I said that so many people inspired by Prabhupada, they implemented Sarva dharman parityaja mamekam sharanam braja. So he said, in Kali Yuga, everybody is in adharma only. So sarva dharman, what they have done is sarva adharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja. That is also a good point. But Krishna is saying, even if you are following those dharmas which we described, Varnashrama dharma, which Ramananda Raya, explained stage by stage, what is the Purushartha? Even those things Krishna is telling, give up Karma Yoga, give up Jnana Yoga, give up Hatha Yoga, all these things, all other dharma. That is why he is saying they are all dharma, sarva dharman. I have explained so many dharmas. Means standards for elevation. Those standards also you please give up all those bona fide standards. They are not sinful. Mamekam sharanam vraja. That means the highest message, highest transcendental dharma is what is preached in the Bhagavad Gita. Many don't understand that. You surrender to Krishna. What does surrender to Krishna means? Nothing. Very great, like Prabhupada says. Think of him always, that's all. Manmana bhava madbhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mamai veshastinte patijjane priyosime. Means consciousness. The highest dharma is the consciousness of Krishna. Krishna consciousness. If Krishna is kept in your consciousness, that is the highest dharma. How can you keep Krishna in your consciousness? Unless there is love, unless you know Krishna loves you, unless you know that He is your eternal relative, how can you keep yourself in Krishna consciousness? Not possible. Unless you have a relationship with the person, you cannot be thinking of him always. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Jivera Surupave Nitya Krishna Dasa, Krishnera Dasa. That the Jiva Surupa is that each soul is eternal loving servant of the Lord. Each soul has a forgotten eternal relationship with the Supreme Lord Krishna, a loving relationship. The relationship, varieties of relationship, but the common in all this relationship is that Nityera Krishna Dasa. You may be a Dasa in Dasya Rasa, you may be a Dasa. In Sakya Rasa, you may be a Dasa. In Vatsalya Rasa, you may be a Dasa. Madhurya Rasa. But Dasa is common. Dasa means servant. There are all different types of servant rasas in relationship with Krishna. Servant rasa means all, the common thing is devotional service to Krishna. Pleasing Krishna in different relationships through service. So that is the transcendental dharma of the soul. So when Krishna says sarva dharman parityaja mamekam sharanam vraja, he says, if he is to speak to if the same thing is speaking to the modern world, sarva adharman and sarva dharman parityaja. Give up everything, don't worry. If you're coming to me, you don't have to first move from adharma to dharma and then come to me. Because I have told sarva dharman parityaja, Forget all these dharmas that I have told. Highest dharma is surrender to me. You are mine. I am part of Krishna. All this is artificial. My present consciousness itself is artificial. My bodily concept of life itself is artificial. It is not genuine. It is not me. My chitta should become purified. Mat chitta sarva durgani mat prasada tarishasi ata chetam ahankara nasho sase vinangshasi chetasa sarva karmani chetasa. Just see, all about consciousness. Mat chitta mat gata prana. Everywhere chitta, chitta. Krishna should become stuck in our chitta. Krishna is my only protector. Krishna is my... This surrender is explained by the Goswamis through 6 guidelines. To accept things that are favorable for devotional service. Then that means accept things which please Krishna. Reject things which displeases Krishna. Number 2. First is accept things favorable for devotional service. Second is reject things which are not favorable for devotional service. Means I will not do anything that is displeasing Guru and Krishna. I will always look for opportunities to please Guru and Krishna. And to always depend upon the mercy of the Lord, costless mercy of the Lord in our life. Every day when you wake up, you should anticipate costless. Costless means you did not earn, but Krishna is very costlessly gives you something, gives you divya gyan, detachment, opportunities for service. So always anticipate, or means, intelligence, everything to fulfill our desire to serve the Lord costlessly, to remove all the obstacles for devotional service. So, the third point is to always completely depend upon the mercy of the Lord. Fourth point is to always remember that Krishna will protect me under all situations. One has full faith that Krishna is protecting me. Because we are jivas, continuously in every human life, in everybody's life, there are always threats of Adi Bhautik, Adi Daivik kleshas. Threat from our senses, threat from our mind. Threat means that brings negative, that destroys you, that kills you, that works against you. Adhyatmik, Adi Bhautik, Adi Daivik kleshas are there. Krishna will always protect me from these. One has full faith. And also, we all have to maintain ourselves. When we are kids, we don't care. The father, mother gives you, you don't think so much about, anxiety of maintenance. But after that, when you become adult, they expect. Anxiety begins. How I'll eat, I'll sleep. Eating, sleeping, mating, defending. How I'll maintain my needs. These are needs of the body. How I'll maintain. Question comes. So in other words, every adult is seized of the problem of maintenance. But the devotee does not think about it at all. He simply serves the Lord. Krishna is my only maintainer. Krishna is my direct maintainer. Direct means what? It may be through so many instruments, but he is personally involved. This is important. Not that Krishna is manifesting before you and just like your details of your your maintenance is taking care. No. The entire material world, material energy is running for him. In the material world, your maintenance and protection you get. Krishna is a maintainer and protector of all jivas. But they all get according to their karma. As per your karma, if you deserve protection, material energy will provide you. Krishna is not involved. Krishna has made the system. So, similarly, your desires will be provided according to karma. But just now we just discussed the third point. Your desire to serve Krishna is not based on karma, costlessly sanctioned. So many desires of the devotees for devotional service costlessly keeps happening. Not based on one's karma. The Lord provides as required to his devotees what he needs for his service. So, the devotee is confident. Everybody is only a nimitta. If my father and mother are providing me, they are only nimitta. If the organization is providing for my prasadam, it is only nimitta organization. Because I have surrendered to Krishna. Beyond karma, beyond all that, Krishna is directly arranging. Because he is seated in my heart. Lord is seated as a Paramatma in the core of everyone's heart. So it is not any extraordinary thing. It is not an unbelievable thing that Krishna is directly maintaining me. Not very hard thing to have faith. Not that you are saying that Krishna is in Goloka Vrindavan, now I am just joined and now he is bothered about my maintenance. He is so expansive that he has seated in our heart. And he is a maintainer. He maintains directly, beyond my karma. He protects me beyond my karma. Where is he? Very, very close to me. To everybody he is close, but they are not taking that relationship of protection. They are not taking that relationship of surrender. So a devotee's life, Krishna is directly involved in tiny details. And then to practice meekness and humility before the Lord and his devotees. To feel meek and humble. Meek means what? I possess nothing. Whatever I have is given by Krishna. I am constitutionally pauper. Not only financially, strength-wise, everything-wise. The Lord is seated in the core of my heart and is providing me everything. Everything I have is borrowed. What power I have today is borrowed. In 1 second, all power can go. So meek and humility is our relationship with Krishna's energy, Krishna's power. In 1 second, I can become powerless. When does one become, what is the opposite of humility is pride. When does pride comes? Because of possessions. I possess this strength, I possess this intelligence, I possess this much money, I possess wealth, I possess power, I possess... Possession is what brings pride. But if you understand that all your possessions are borrowed, and in a second it can vanish from me, automatically humility will come. One's meekness one will always appreciate. I mean, for some time I may be rich, but intrinsically I am weak and meek. Meekness is connected to weakness. Meek and weak. If I am powerful, it is because of Krishna's power. He handed over to me. So our relationship with power has to be Krishna conscious. Power is everywhere. Power to breathe. Power to live. Power to have consciousness. Mata smritir jnanam apohanam cha. It's all, we are dependent upon the Lord in our heart for everything. That dependence, when we appreciate, automatically, or when you appreciate that I am not independent, then automatically that is a practice of meekness and humility. One should not be intoxicated with his possessions, subtle and gross possessions. Knowing very well Kala can snatch away any time. Krishna can withdraw it at any time. One may be a powerful preacher. If he does a Vaishnava aparat, it will be withdrawn. Suddenly you will see powerlessness. No inspiration, no jnana, no bala. To do anything you need jnana, bala, kriya. When you do something very nicely, you take for granted. Arey, you did that nicely because Krishna has provided you with jnana, bala and kriya and inspiration. Oh, so active he was. So much service he was doing. Now he is dull. He doesn't want to do anything. Why? To do anything you need inspiration. Inspiration is withdrawn. Inspiration for devotion service is withdrawn because of Vaishnava offenses. The cause of Vaishnava offenses most of the time is lack of meekness and humility. Pride is a cause. Abuse of one's strength that Krishna has given upon other Vaishnavas. Using one's power to suppress other Vaishnavas. Harass other Vaishnavas. Why should Krishna give you? Hey, I have given you this Shakti to serve my devotees. Now you are using this Shakti to suppress and harass and torture, take sense gratification of lording over the other Vaishnavas. Immediately he will withdraw. So that vulnerability of the living entity, one has to always know that vulnerability of becoming nothing, punamushika bhava, in a second, that will make one practice humility and meekness. So, sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja means to, all these are, Bhagavatam is dealing with everything. This Prithu Maharaj, Leela, all these are all talking about the worldly dharma. And from this we understand the principle that on behalf of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, how the king has to run the kingdom, giving opportunity for everybody to have different, according to their suitable gunas, to have their standards of dharma. To give facility for each one of them to follow their levels of varna dharma, ashrama dharma, so that they progress towards higher gunas, progress towards liberation. Liberation means less and less suffering. Any questions? Here.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhu, in the neophyte stage, as a principle, I may be knowing that I have to be meek and humble, but because I have not sufficiently practiced Krishna consciousness, the default behavior or immediate behavior in situational behavior is harsh or might be offensive towards devotees. So the question is, how do we reduce, or after that there is a repentance that yes, I did mistake, I would have not acted like that. So how do we balance at this stage?
Yes, that is why the codes are given among Vaishnava etiquette, because we are conditioned, sometimes impulsive reaction, which is backed with pride, power, lack of humility. Impulsively we will react with other Vaishnavas. It is sure to happen because we are not purified fully. We have to practice humility and meekness means I may fail. Immediately there is a code. What is the code of conduct? Beg forgiveness. Beg forgiveness. So every Vaishnava should be ready to forgive other people's offenses. Or every Vaishnava, a Vaishnava should take no offense, even in the face of offense. Such kind of impulsive thing, somebody spoke harshly. All that you should not. If something that affects your service, it's a different matter. You have to take some action. Somebody is depriving you service, all that's it. But somebody harshly spoke, shouted at you, your authority shouted at you, this thing, that thing. All these things, devotee should consider this an opportunity for me to become humble. It's a test for me. This devotee is a nice devotee. But in this circumstance, he happened to be shouting at me. So, we should practice taking no offenses. Seriously. It may come to your knowledge, but you don't take that take hurt from that. You don't take hurt from that offenses. Intellectually, you'll know this person he shouted at me, he's angry with me, he's this, that. Okay, no problem. He does not take hurt in that. Second is, if it really hurts, because everything you need to plan A, plan B you need, because we are all conditioned. If it hurts you, immediately forgive the other devotee. In your heart you should forgive him. He shouted and went away, but you forgive him when it's you. So when the person who is offended is forgiven, most of the time these kind of in the social intercourse, this kind of impulsive offenses that happen in conversations, in behavior, that does not have any lasting effect on your Vaishnava life. If that were so, then no one will advance in the ashram. Something will be there. So devotee have to learn how to forgive and forget. Not carry in your head. Forgive and forget. You should say it's circumstantial. This has happened circumstantially. The people are not like that. Person per se is not like that, day and night meditating on being against me and all that. No. Forget it. If you don't forget it, the person who offended has forgotten. But you are going on thinking, he has offended me, he's offended me. You cannot forget. Those who cannot forget will have problems, Krishna conscious problems. So that is one thing. And there are so many things. Kani kane cha papani brahma hatya dani cha tani tani pranashyanti pradakshine pade pade is all included. Why the acharyas have included all these things? All the kachapuchanku, every day, morning to night, between devotees, kuch na kuch hota hi rehta hai. Go around Tulsi Maharani, next day again you are clean. So we'll have a clean slate. Forgive, forget, and no, you don't go and offend. Beg forgiveness and forget offenses that come towards you. Beg forgiveness for your offenses. Keep your clean slate. If you don't forgive somebody from your heart, then that will carry in your heart. It will be a block in your mind. When you don't forgive, it is a weight on your consciousness. When you don't forgive others for what they have done to you, you cannot lighten yourself. You are always thinking. You will become light only when you hear some bad things has happened to that person. Immediately you will lighten. That is another test. When something happens to some Vaishnava, you feel, acha hua. That means in your heart you have been carrying a heavy weight of not forgiving him for what mistakes he has done to you. Any other question? Here.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Prabhu, oftentimes I have experienced that when we forgive and forget, then because our nature is like a nature, it does not change very easily. So that devotee again comes and does the same mistake, and then we again hold a grudge. Again we forgive and forget. Again the same things happen. So Vyavaharik level,
So therefore, if he is able to capable of again and again doing, you are also capable of again and again forgiving. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जाए, शिल प्रभुपाद की जाए।